Homage, aka the K Crusader, aka the KK. Hitting you guys again to the hitting you guys again, hitting you guys again to the name of this video. And the title of this video was called Retro Throwback, where it's a focus is a series focused on the cartoons I grew up with, the cartoons you grew up with. And the name of the series is called Retro Throwback, where I focus on and I talk about series that changed my life, the cartoons I grew up with, knowing as a kid, mostly comic book related, it can be TV shows related, TV shows I grew up with during the days. So yeah, the first video, what I'm saying, this is the first video out of the France series, and it wouldn't be a video because you can kind of tell on my avatar. You knew this wouldn't be, it would be, I have to start the series off with a fresh new bang. But obviously you can tell by the icon on the screen, this is Batman the animated series. Now let me get started. Before I get into the glimpse of this video and talk about why I love this anime series and why I fell in love with the series, and I'm watching it right now, but I'm recording this at the same time. Basically what made me want to do the series is I was gonna do this video 2 days ago, I think. But I had to, figure out, write some points down, talk about how I'm gonna narrate this and how I'm gonna tell the story a little bit. So let's go into it. Well, I'll tell you what retro throwbacks really is about. It's about cartoons I grew up with, cartoons I grew up with, cartoons you grew up with that molded your childhood, that made you who you are, made you the kid you are, made you the fan what you is. And I decided to do Batman the animated series out the gate because, and don't get into the video, before getting into the glimpse of the video, the really important importance of this video. Before I did this video, I was and I chose to do Batman the animated series out the gate because this show changed my life dramatically. And I'm pretty sure not just me, but all the true Batman fans that grew up with this cartoon. I never forget the first episode. On Other Wings, that pilot. And only true Batman fans know that. That I never forget this pilot, never forget that episode. It changed my life. 5 years old, being differently. But let's get into the nostalgia of this video. The reason why I chose Batman the animated series because it wouldn't be retro throwback in this brand new series I'm starting on my channel called Retro Throwback. And I chose Batman the animated series first because this is my heart. This show holds a place in my heart. I have all 4 seasons on DVD. I'm watching it right now, so whatever. Yeah, but the reason why I chose Batman the animated series, cause not just me, but I'm pretty sure you subscribers out there and people you grew with this channel, you grew with this character, you grew with Batman, you grew with this character, and this show right here is the reason why I fell in love with Batman. And first of all, I really gotta thank my mom and dad because my dad was a Superman fan growing up, so my dad, he tried to get me into Superman. I never really was into Superman like that, and then he showed me Batman. And from that point, from the age of 5, I was hooked from that cartoon. And that point changed my life. Really changed who I am. It really made me a kid. It made me fall in love with Batman. For me, and it's also just seeing him a regular guy, which is why I kind of never related to Superman. But I related to Batman so much, not just because he was different, but he lost his parents, and he's human, and he's only human. He had to train. He had to go through everything, and Dick Grayson Robin, Nightwing. Everything Batman. This show started for me. Ra's al Ghul being one of my favorite villains out there. Ra's al Ghul, Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, Two Face, Killer Croc. We can go down the list of Batman nostalgia road galleries. It's different. We don't do another video today about Batman road galleries, but and my top 10 episodes. So people sit back, analyze, and enjoy this before I get to those. But the reason why I chose this show is because I feel like I'm pretty sure we all grew on this, and this show was my childhood. This is like every Saturday. This is my Saturday growing up as a kid. So and this show was every Christmas I had to get something Batman related. So, and I'm pretty sure this show really changed me and molded me into the fan I am, and it went from being a fan to finesse it to the point where I have nothing but Batman on my wall. So this show really nostalgic, and for me, I think that the show is so important because it dealt with a lot of adult theme topics like addiction and murder, and it dealt with a lot of things that cartoons today don't tend to have, which is the adult things. Because nowadays, when you look at Teen Titans Go and all these other cartoons, everything is dumbed down. Everything is dedicated towards kids. Look at Young Justice. They cast Young Justice, and which was a good show. But I think that you look at Batman the animated series, it was a retrofitted for kids and adults could watch it. And for me, my love for Batman started with this cartoon. I mean, Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill. I mean, we can go down the list. I mean, but just those two actors alone, Kevin Conroy, the definitive Batman to me. I mean, he is the definitive, cartoon DC animated Batman to me. If it ain't Kevin Conroy, I love Bruce Greenwood and stuff like that, but I love Kevin Conroy. He's the definitive Batman. I mean, Mark Hamill. What more can I say, man? I mean, he is the definitive Joker. And just growing up with these characters, man, I grew up with this cartoon, and it was so nostalgic for me because, I mean, to see this show be what it is. I mean, the show is popular. It's the biggest thing ever. And I think a lot of people growing onto the show, what makes it interesting for me was the show and the adult things. Now, one of my favorite episodes, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna talk about this, was I forget what episode it was. It was called Christmas with Joker. I mean, one of my favorite episodes with Joker. I mean, I never forget it. That day I was watching. It was that Christmas episode premiere. When I was a kid, had to be 8 years old, man. Man, watching this show, and it's like Christmas with Joker, and seeing Batman and Robin take on Joker. I mean, it was a nostalgic feel. I mean, it's nothing like, oh my God, man, it's a great show, and just, I mean, the show was great from the beginning to the end. I mean, one thing I love about the show is that the show really showed that you can get cater towards kids and have adult things. I mean, one of my favorite episodes was, to me, was you know, and also one of my favorite episodes was Robin Reckoning, which I'm gonna talk about that later on, but in the next video. But I think definitely I don't want to drag this video out too short, make this too short, too long. But yeah, this is my first video, one of my starter series, retro throwback, Batman the animated series, and to me, this is the show for me. So people sit back, tell me how much the Batman animated series mean to you guys. What was it like for you growing up as a kid, and what was your favorite thing you loved about the show? But it's your boy Chris, aka the K Crusader, aka the K Caper. I love you guys. Sit back and analyze and enjoy it, and just see your boy out next video.